Hello, everybody. Good day. Happy Tuesday. Tuesday. Wrong one. Hi. How we doing? Hello, Lamb. Hello, Anthony's. Riptail. I like that new emote, Lamb. I assume that's yours, and I assume that's new. It could also be not that, and I'm just dumb. That is entirely possible. But, welcome. It's Pokemon. We're gonna do some training, and we're just gonna talk for a little bit, because I woke up later than I meant to. So, it's fine. How are you guys doing today? How have you been? Okay. Water Pulse Rhyhorn. Dragon Red Tentacle. I've been really productive today. That's good. How about yourself? I have been the opposite of that. I got scared awake at like 11 o'clock because the maintenance people finally came to fix our microwave. Because I don't remember if I mentioned this before. When we moved in, everything was fine, but the microwave turntable did not turn. So when you go to microwave shit, it just sat there. So if you wanted to microwave something, you would have to like microwave it for half the time, turn it 180 degrees, and then microwave it again. But they came in and they fixed it. But it scared the fuck out of me. So I got woken up, stood around while he fixed that, and then once he left, locked up, went back to bed. Woke up again at 4 o'clock, and I guess I was somewhat productive. Yesterday at work, I had written some articles for Zelda Dungeon. I wrote a couple daily debates regarding the new Ocarina of Time remake, and last night, or this morning, today, words. When I woke up, I went through, I reviewed them, I made a few minor edits, slapped on a thumbnail, and sent it to the copy editors to look at. So we'll see how they do. I have been so like disconnected and radio silent for a lot of the Zelda Dungeon stuff. I feel really bad. But it's fine. They have been very, very kind, very supportive, and have not been like, hey, you need to write more or you're fired. It has not happened, which I greatly appreciate. Let's see. Water Pulse, Dragon Breath. Hopefully they're well received. I would hope. There's one of them that might get people a little, lippy with each other. I'll admit, taking a slight risk with one. So the three that I wrote, sorry, in order. Should the Ocarina of Time remake include prequel content? Specifically, I got that idea from the Halo campaign Evolved, Halo 1 remake that's coming out, because they have 3 prequel chapters for what's going on with the Covenant leading up to the events of Halo 1. So I'm like, what if Zelda did that with the remake? What if they included content from before Ocarina during, like, say, the events of the Hylian Civil War? So that would be interesting. Number 2 was, will the Ocarina of Time remake be seamless open world? Essentially, will they get rid of the load zones between, you know, different areas? Like, can I just run through Hyrule Field directly into Castletown up to the castle? Or will they keep the loading zones? And would people even want that? Personally, I would want that. I think that would be a really nice idea, to be able to just run and go anywhere without having to load the game between areas. Because we've come a long way, technology-wise, since the N64 days. That should be super easy, barely an inconvenience. They would have to expand the world a little bit. Like, Hyrule Field would have to be a little bit bigger so that they could fit Lon Lon Ranch in there. But that shouldn't be too tough. And then the last one, the main one, where I'm like, people might get a little, little hot under the collar, is, what does the Ocarina of Time remake need to do / include for your approval? That one is very much like, I'm sort of fishing for, not quite angry comments, but like, I know people tend to talk more when it's stuff that, you know, irks them. So I'm sort of farming that, admittedly. I included a couple of instances of like, hey, be civil about this, be nice about it, but also tell me what about the game pisses you off and what it needs to do to not piss you off, because, you know, that thing pissed me off. Yes, I'm baiting people into interacting with that daily debate. I will fully and wholly admit it. But sometimes that's what you gotta do, right? Hello, Allie. How are you today? Speaking of pissing people off, I've done the impossible, and by the impossible, I mean the most possible thing ever. I pissed off the dredges of Reddit last night. Good, how are you? I'm doing alright. Still a little sleepy, a little groggy. I woke up not long ago. Oh boy, what happened? It was something seemingly innocuous. Like, it seemed harmless enough to me. On the r/Varka subreddit, is Genshin Impact. Somebody was asking if a you know, what character they should do. Like, they're doing a Hydro Varka build. So they were asking, like, I have a high tier Jean, is she good, or is Prune like the end all be all? And because, according to Game8 anyway, from what I saw, specifically Hydro Varka, Jean is the best in slot Animo partner, because the best team is supposedly Varka, Jean, Farina, and Mona. And a lot of keyboard warriors on Reddit got super pissy with me and actually'd me that Prune is better, and it's the ideal team is Prune, or Varka, Prune, I think Mona, and Xingqiu, and I don't know what I'm talking about, or Varka, Prune, Mona, and Gale. And I was just like, sure, okay, whatever, buddy. A, because I can't be bothered to fight, and also B, I really don't care. I think they're full of shit because both of those teams have no shielding and no heals, so you're just face tanking damage until either the enemy dies or you die. Like, there's no sustain, but I wasn't going to throw that out there and spark their ire anymore. Like, it was not worth it to me. Like, the original comment that I made explaining why I go with Jean is still the most upvoted response on that post. But then the immediate one after, I don't even remember what I said. I think there was one that was a follow-up of me trying to explain why Jean should be there in place of Prune. Because I pegged it to Farina. that one is, like, in the negatives on downvotes. So, you know, it balances out. So that was my night last night, was angering Reddit. Yeah, that's why I don't do that on Reddit. Generally, it's fine. Like, most, not all, but most of the people on the Varka subreddit are pretty chill. At least in my limited interactions on there. But obviously, every rule has its exceptions, and I just happened to find the exception last night. I thought it was funny. Admittedly, I guess I could have maybe avoided it by being more clear of, like, based on what I should have, I guess, done is, from my understanding, according to Game8, because one person was like, don't spread misinformation without sources. So it's like, okay, here's my source. To which they did not respond, so cool. I won that one. I took a chance and I won that interaction, I guess. But I probably also should have maybe added in the whole, like, this is also to heal you so you stay alive instead of face tanking damage, because Varka's a big guy. Varka eats a lot of hits. Like, when I go to make my perfected artifact sets for Varka, I'm probably going to have HP percentage as one of his substats, him and Nicole both, because they both eat so much damage. Like, Nicole gets slapped sometimes before she gets her shield up, and if her shield goes down, Varka gets slapped. Because he's got a bigger hitbox, I dodge less. Da-da-da-da. Cool. Twitch chat's 45. Twitch chat no longer has to fight. I don't know. I'll probably do some testing myself. I did think it was funny. One person threw, like, screenshots at me of number calculations to try to back up their actuallys and show, like, drastically how much more damage Prune Yelan does than Jean Farina. That was the one that was like, don't spread misinformation, and I was like, I have neither the means nor desire to try and fact check you, so I'm just gonna say, okay, cool. Like, bro either took the time to find and do the calculations to actually a stranger on Reddit, or just had those ready on hand and was waiting for the moment to arrive. And I'm not sure which one is funnier. But power be. It certainly made me curious. Like, I will admit, which combo is stronger? I don't have Yelan, so it'd be Prune Xingqiu versus Jean Farina. And how practical Prune Xingqiu actually is, because, again, no shields, no healing. You get a, I guess, from when I looked at the kit, you get a defensive buff and interruption resistance. So, you take less damage, but you're still taking damage and not getting that back. Maybe they just had done... They had just done them to try to figure that out themselves, and that's why they had them on hand. Maybe. I don't know. I don't really care. People started going after each other rather than after me. It's just like, okay, cool. Good enough. I just realized Twitch chat's out again. Oops. Allie, I'm subbing you in. You get the XP for this fight. Whee! We'll definitely have to, assuming you want to, play Slay the Spire again sometime. I did have a lot of fun yesterday. I'm kind of curious if we were to reload that save file and try to invite like a third and or fourth person, would the game let you? Because we started with, obviously, the two of us, and we're into Act 2. Hold on, I'm going to Google that really quick. Can you join mid-playthrough? Also, hello, Phalos. How you doing today? Slay the Spire 2. Can you add a player mid-run? No, you cannot. Okay. Asked and answered. Good, you? I'm doing alright. A little tired, but... C'est la vie. Tropic. Let's get you in here. I don't honestly expect this team to last through the entirety of the finale. Part of the reason that I'm grinding to level 45, the highest cap for Dark Isle, is so that I have a lot more cushion for this team, because there's a lot of shared type weaknesses across this team. What's your favorite Pokemon? Lucario. I love Lucario. Number 1 is Lucario, and it is not close. Specifically, shiny Lucario. See, we're immediately swapping out because Tropic is weak to both of those. He's weak to ground and he's weak to water. Echo, on the other hand, doesn't give a shit. Ice Beam, why not? Hello, love. How you doing today? Mod love for Don. I don't know if Don's here right now. He might be lurking. Be lurking and driving. But I can relay. I'm sure he'll appreciate it. How are you doing today? How's your Tuesday? What's up? Sheet as always. How about you? Tired. But that's about it. We've got Pokemon that might help. Assuming I don't die. Any Pokemon dying would be unfortunate and kind of shitty, but it's okay. You can trust me. I've got the power. I know what I'm doing. Kinda. Famous last words. You only play Nuzlocke, right? Not exclusively, but mostly. Like, Pokemon Legends ZA is not currently a Nuzlocke, though I do want to Nuzlocke it in the future. I do want to, in the future, this is sort of a little insight as to something you guys can look forward to at some point. I want to do a playthrough of this game, Pokemon XD Gale of Darkness, with an Eevee-only run. By that, I mean only, solely, and exclusively the Eevee that you get at the start of the game, and nothing else. So I don't catch any Shadow Pokemon, I don't catch any Wild Pokemon, and I don't evolve my Eevee. It's just Eevee. It's an Eevee lock. But fainting is allowed. We should also play Deadlock again. They've made some more changes. Okay, I'd be down for that. Obviously, I have to find a time and day. But I'm down to get my ass handed to me and make a fool of myself again. I won't stream that one because shooters never do good on my channel. We'll figure something out. But anyway, to answer your question, love, yes. For the most part, I just play Nuzlocke. Since I'm done with WoW for the season, I have a lot more free time. I realize how much of a nerd I sound like. Allie, you're on Twitch, talking to a gaming community, talking to a streamer who's talking about the semantics of his interaction on Reddit about a character team comp in an anime collector game. You sound like the nerd? I'm going over the ins and outs of Pokemon. There's a reason why Neff and I say that we're both Rizless losers. I do shit like this. But at least I'm funny. Yeah, see, Tropic gets it. Nerd! 190 stream streak. Holy God. How are you doing today, Tropic? I recently learned that being a WoW player puts me at the bottom of the nerd totem pole. I would say League of Legends puts you a little bit lower, and I mean that with all love and respect to Lamb, who does play League of Legends. I was like, there's a hierarchy? Apparently there is. Yeah, of course. Though at the end of the day, we're all nerds. We're all gamers, and you can love whatever game you love and play whatever you want. I only started to embrace my nerd in my adult life. Oh, I've always been, like, super nerdy gamer dork. I've loved games for as long as I can remember. I was never too cool for games. Like, even at my lowest with my mental health, gaming was always something I held on to of like, this is something I enjoy. This is something that makes me happy. And if somebody has a problem with that, that's their problem, not my problem. Like, you can't shame me out of loving Zelda. I was always interested, but none of my friends were, and then I didn't have the confidence to try it out myself. That's fair. I mean, hey, better late than never. Plus, now you're an adult, you can make your own adult decisions, even bad ones. I could choose to throw my money away at video games all I want. What am I like? I'm in an interesting mood today. Alright. Go off. Can't shame Allie out of their love for moos. Never. I will always love moos. Did I show you the moinks? From Zelda? The Moo Moo Pig Cows? That we call them at work? No? Hold on. You're gonna love this. I discovered this. Defense fell harshly. That's not good. Okay. So, in Spirit Tracks, there are these things. They are pig cows that moo, and they like to sit on the train tracks. And you have to like blow the train whistle to get them to run out of the way, and they moo at you when you scare them away. Hi Maury, how are you doing today? Give you a shout out. Okay, BT, how you be? I never knew what their names were, so I always just called them pig cows, and then I was curious when I streamed Spirit Tracks for Zelda Creator Con, and we found out that they're called moinks. Like moo oink. And I love it so much. It's so dumb. I'm good. Just got home. Hi, so welcome home. I think it's 45, so Allie, you're tagging in. What's up, loser? Does this guy have electric Pokemon? Did I make the one bad decision? God damn it. It's fine. Allie can still body slam them. Just drop an elbow on it. I also may have finished my first semi-smoother animation, simple animation, but still Wait, you're animating? You told me this. You're animating! I want to see it. I want to see it. Share with the class. You don't have to share right now, obviously, because I'm streaming, but I want to see. I'm learning. I'm excited. I took an animation class in college the first time around, so way back when I graduated high school. So I know how to animate. Problem is, I can't draw for shit. So while I know the technicals of animation and like the mechanics of it, for lack of a better term, the actual skill of art eludes me. But you need an animation of a bouncing ball? Boy, howdy, I got you. I could bounce the shit out of that ball. It's literally just simple hair movement. And like that, you're already better than me. My problem is, I love art. I love creating art. I have sketchbooks. I just don't have the attention span to learn how to get good at art. And this team is not ideal. I'm swapping in the evolutions. See, I can do the art part, but animation is scary. It's not that bad. You're just drawing art multiple times. Or drawing art and then editing it multiple times. Like, it's just taking art pieces and slapping them together. At least that's how I learned. But that's honestly, I probably know a very antiquated way to do it. I knew that was coming. I knew there was an earthquake in my future. I'm in need of keyframe animation. It's very cool. I don't know. When I took the animation class, like, it was very apparent how many of us were there, or how many of us there were artists and how many were not. There was 3 people there that made these gorgeous pictures and these animations that looked phenomenal. And then the rest of us were like, you know, stick figures and crude drawings and shit. And it looked ugly as sin. Oh, you gonna die. I took art classes, aka photography, videography, ceramics, basic art, but nothing in animation. I would like to take photography and videography do sound fun. I'll be honest, part of me kind of wants to, when I graduate with my marketing degree, and granted, I would have to apply to a different college, because Phoenix does not offer him. But I would like to get an arts degree for, like, videography and editing and photography and things like that. Stuff that I can do. We'll see. Me with my secret photography business. I tried applying a couple of times back when I was job hunting for companies for, like, videography and photography and, you know, editing and things. Stuff that I kind of know how to do and can absolutely, like, learn and get better at quickly. But the job market is non-existent garbage. So I didn't mean to use flamethrower, I meant to use feint attack. Oops. But the business is a seasonal thing, to be honest, so I keep it very small. That's fair. That wasn't me being like, so hey, if you want to hire me, I'm for hire. No. Discord? Hold on. I don't have any music. Oh. That's very subtle, but very pretty. If it was a booming business, I would hire you so quick. Someday. Just, like I said, I've said this before, just one of us in our neighborhood needs to make, or in our home, that's the server, one of us friends just needs to become big famous streamers. And we can pull the others up with us. That's what I believe. At least that's my goal. Like, my hope is that if I were to hit it big, that I can help pull my friends up with me. Because I'm not going to be like, haha, I'm a partner with 50,000 followers now. Later, nerds! Because then I would be lonely and sad. Photography is big, but a good majority of people believe that phones are good enough now. To be fair, phones are very powerful. Obviously nothing compared to professional cameras, but still. And then we have our own little community, our own cul-de-sac. Someday. That is the dream. Honestly, if we ever got the opportunity to actually do that, like, hey, I won the lottery. We can get our own neighborhood for realsies. Figuring out where to go would probably be the hardest part. Because, like, I personally would immediately be like, we should go to Colorado. I love Colorado, and I miss it dearly. But not everybody would be suited for, like, the high mountain air or the cold winters that they provide. That would probably be fine. Also, people may not want to leave, like, their home state. I don't know why I thought this, but I immediately said San Francisco. California is another one that jumped to mind, though I would think probably not, like, directly within the city, any of the big cities, because, like, when I went to San Diego for TwitchCon the first time, I looked at houses, because I was curious, like, how much does it cost to live in California? And oh my fucking god, is it expensive. Like, don't get me wrong, Ohio's getting pricey. My apartment costs $1,400 a month. But Jesus fucking Christ, some places in California are like $5 grand a month. And I'm like, you are on crack. It's an arm and a leg, and your whole life savings, yeah. San Francisco is cheaper than San Diego. Really? I thought San Francisco was the most expensive city. I don't remember where I heard that, but I feel like I remember hearing that San Fran is, on average, the most expensive city in the US to live in. Like, it's a nice place, don't get me wrong. Wow. And Tropic died. I forgot that was a fighting type that I was going up against. God fucking damn it. Anybody want to pop a revive for Tropic? I would think, you know... Thank you, Anthony's. I was talking with my friend and I stopped paying attention. I would think that LA, San Diego, San Jose, Santa Barbara are the most expensive. Like, it's no doubt, it's a California place. Like, it's absolutely a California city. I don't know. Let me look. Most expensive city to live in. Let's start with the USA. San Francisco, California, and Manhattan, New York consistently vie for the title of most expensive city in the US. Honolulu, Hawaii, and San Jose, California closely follow. Fair enough. What about globally? Singapore, Hong Kong, and Zurich. Switzerland. That's fair. Europe is also an option. We could all just, as a group, pack up and move to Europe. I remember this Misdreavus being a problem last time. Die. I think San Fran is probably one of my favorite Cali places to go. It's just so low-key for the most part. I've never been. I'm surprised the other ones I listed weren't above those. Wow. I am surprised that LA isn't up there. Damn, take me to Santa Barbara. That place is amazing. I've also never been. My only experience in California has been in San Diego. Because I have not had the funds to travel the rest of the state in my 2 trips. Because, my god, it's expensive going to TwitchCon. The tickets are expensive. The hotels and Airbnbs are expensive. The plane tickets are expensive. Food is expensive. Artist Alley is expensive. We're not going to talk about how much money I've dropped in Artist Alley. San Diego hurts my heart to go spend money there. It's expensive. Artist Alley took so much of my money. Did you... When did you go to TwitchCon? Is there a non-zero chance that we've maybe crossed paths? 2024. There is a non-zero chance that we crossed paths and just didn't know it because we didn't know each other at the time. I'm not gonna risk it. Because, yeah, I went to TwitchCon last year, and I went in 24. And I'm going again this year. Like, at this point, I'm going to try and go every year. I was walking around with a group because I was too scared to go alone. I would love to go with a group. Unfortunately, that seems to not necessarily be... Like, I have friends in California. Like, Actor Pat and Sharvana and Circa. Itzy and Watson. Well, like... there's a group of friends that are in California, and obviously they go because they live there. But I'm not so much part of that group, per se. But you're going this year? Yes! I'm gonna try and see if I can get a guest pass. Or not a guest pass, a press pass. I emailed the Twitch press team to be like, hey, what do I need to do for a press pass? You know, see if I can go there as a Zelda Dungeon representative. But if that doesn't end up being an option, then I'll still pay for a thing. Are you going this year? When is it again? Like the second week of November, I want to say. Let's see. TwitchCon San Diego 2026 is November 13th through the 15th. So yeah, second week of November. Rexy was gonna go with me last year, but then was not able to because moving in with Witchy, obviously and understandably, took precedence. Might try and go, but it depends on funds, to be honest. That is very fair and valid. It's fine. We're okay. That's not who I targeted. Eh, maybe it is. If I'm able to share a room or a place with others, it would be doable, but if it's just me, I might not. My uncle still has his place there, then I might be able to. I have 2 friends. Well, I have 2 people that I know that live in San Diego. One, absolutely still friends with, but she and her boyfriend? Fiance? She and her partner, their place is not open to guests, unfortunately, so that's not an option. And then another one who I still consider her a friend, but I don't know if she still considers me a friend. I'm not entirely sure. I haven't spoke to her in a while, and I'm too awkward to do so. Hi, Arcees. I stayed there the first year that I went, and I don't think that I would be able to stay there a second time. So, I will be getting a hotel. Because I got an Airbnb last year, and oh my god, that was expensive. So this year, I will be getting a hotel. Hi, Neff. I'd go someday. You can go with me. We can get a hotel. You know, all three get a hotel. I don't know how you feel about that, Maury. I personally don't care about people, but it's me. But I want to do the thing I've always talked about, walking past people I know and speak, but then just disappear because they don't know what I look like. Yeah. We joked about this before of going to TwitchCon together, and like I would have conversations with people and you would talk as well by being nearby. I need to lock the fuck in. But then people would like look around because they would see me and be like, okay, Crow's there. Surely he's talking to Neff somewhere, right? And then not actually know, like, I'm not actually talking to you, so they don't know who the fuck you are. I scrub majority of the internet of my face, but also some people know what I look like. I think I know what you look like. I think I've seen what you look like because you shared like pictures or like Insta or something. I feel like I've seen you before. I also believe you know what I look like. Okay. We're in consensus of maybe. One of these days you guys will get to know what I look like. It's a secret to everybody, but someday you'll see my face. I do not know what Maury looks like. I've seen Polynesian dancer eyes, that is it. I refuse to know what you look like, Crosif. The world cannot handle it. Nope. I don't know, but I would say probably the majority of my friends, or at the very least my VTuber friends, I do not know what they look like. People tend to not share their faces with me, which is fair. I'm not a VTuber, so such is life. Doesn't make us any less friends. People tend not to share their faces in general, to be fair. Part of VTubing, unless you have such confidence or are sexualizing yourself greatly. You guys would probably lose me in the crowd. See, that's the great thing about me. Because I'm a fucking giant, I am the beacon. I stand out. If you guys need to know where to go, just look for me. Because I tend to stand head and shoulders above everybody else. Like, that's how... So, every year for TwitchCon, the second day, Saturday, TwitchCon has what they call the block party. At night after the convention. The gas lamp quarter, which is just like a stretch of road right outside the convention center that is loaded with like bars and restaurants and taverns and shit. It's really great. Yeah, you went to it 24. I went to it last year. When I went to it last year, I was with Pat and Shar and that group of friends. That is how we found each other. I was always with one person, and the indicator was just, look for Crow. Literally, I was with Pat, and we were looking for somebody, or they were trying to find us, and so Pat told me to go stand in the middle of the street, and they said, look for Crow, he's in the middle of the road. It was so fucking funny. I was like, I'm glad to be of service. Why are the berries so expensive? I don't understand. Give me the scope lens. Rexy can have that. Give scope lens. Walking around anywhere with you and Hades was so easy. You wander, but I found you easily. Yes, it's no better at TwitchCon, I promise you. Plus, we are similar, where we stick with someone we know instead of being alone. Yes, exactly. Like, I got lucky. I got I got adopted into the group, like, formally last year. Specifically by, why am I drawing a blank? Rosca. Princess Rosca. I was like, I know it's princess. What's the second part? Yeah. Rosca adopted me. She's like, you're journeying with us now. And so I was not alone for the second half. Plus we are, oh, as the height marker. Yeah. She called me out of nowhere the other day just to chat and catch up for like an hour. She's so sweet. She is one of the most genuine, kind people on this planet. I always forget she has my number. I think you and Rexy are the only two that currently have my phone number. Not that it's like a secret, you know. If my friends want it, they can have it. I call her Saro. Saro. She is serotonin. Very much so. Twitch just recently, and by recent I mean today, opened up their panel submissions so people can submit to do whatever they want, like if they want to run a panel or something. Part of me kind of wants to, like, submit a chance to run a game show. But I don't think I'm quite there yet. I'm tempted to just give the group chat my number for the fact of if I disappear off Discord, as I do every once in a while, you guys can poke at me. I mean, I tend to be rather silent and not talk to people unless spoken to a lot of the time. But that's partly because A, I'm busy, and also B, I just forget. But then once you talk to me, then I don't shut up. Like Neff and I, yesterday, talking for like 3 hours about Slime Rancher. Rosca says she loves you and had a great time chilling on the beanies with you. Yes. Honestly, that was one of, if not possibly my favorite part of TwitchCon last year. So I did a speed networking panel. It's, speed dating, but you're networking with different people. Like you got like 2 minutes or 3 minutes or something to chat with the person in front of you, and then one line shuffles over, and then you chat with the next person. And it was great. I met some cool people, but also burned me the fuck out socially. So I went and I just flopped down on some beanbags nearby, and then Rosca found me, and we talked for like an hour about all kinds of things. Also, I held her coffee for her. That stood out to me. That was fun. And then eventually she's like, I'm hungry. Do you want to get food? And I'm like, I'm always hungry. I would love food. And that's when she texted their group chat, like, hey, I'm adopting Crow in here. Is that okay? And nobody said no, so I was formally adopted. It was a delight. A dream as an introvert. Yeah. Well, so I'm relatively extroverted as far as introverts go. The problem is, I never know each year, like, who's going to TwitchCon and who isn't. Like, I seem to miss whenever people advertise, like, hey, I'm going to TwitchCon. So I can never, like, form my own group of friends of, like, do you want to wander the convention together and go see panels and such? So I just have to hope that maybe there's other friends there who will adopt me into the group, which the last 2 years has been, Pat and Co. I say Pat and Co. because it's mostly Pat who's like, yeah, you can journey with us. Stick with us. Come on, friend. Let's go. I love Pat. Pat's great. I got the Simba treatment at TwitchCon when we couldn't find people. I would be lifted into the air by a 6'5" dude to see if I could spot anyone. So that was you, huh? I saw that. I think it was like the first or second day in the cafeteria area upstairs with the giant rubber duck. I saw that. Oh my god. I was on the other end. I was coming in from the side that has the games done quick studio. I think it's on that side. I never remember. I was on the other end opposite of the giant duck. And I saw you getting lifted into the air, and I laughed so hard. That was so fucking funny to me. Because I had no context for what was going on. I just saw this little, like, a guy slightly bigger than me lifting this little person up into the air. And, so funny. That is delightful. So, yes, We have crossed paths without knowing that we have crossed paths before. That is incredible. It almost dropped me. That's great. Do you remember the giant inflatable gummy bear? I don't remember if that was there 2 years ago or if that was just last year, but I'm pretty sure they had... That might have been 2 years ago. Yeah, okay. I think it was 2 years ago. I think last year they had something different. It took every ounce of self-control to not throw myself into that thing. I wanted so desperately every time that I saw it, like every time I came down the escalator, I so desperately wanted to just, like, get a running sprint start and jump and throw myself wholesale into that thing and bounce off. Okay. I use it as a marker to find people. I mean, at this point, I've got that place mapped out in my head. Because, you know, I've been there twice now. Yeah. Moral of the story. If you do go, tell me. Because I'm absolutely going. I'm dying laughing at the fact you saw that. It was so good. Never would have assumed that we would have met. I thought that would have just been like a one-off, like, ha, that's a funny story. Small world. For context, they did that to me throughout the weekend. I only ever saw it the one time, but it was still very funny nonetheless. Ah, you bitch. Should have known that was coming. I don't know. My hope, I don't have any with me. The last 2 years, I've had business cards that I have doled out throughout the con, and this year will be no different. But, I plan to make new business cards, because the ones that I had are a little outdated, and also I just don't have many. I think I have, like, maybe 5 or 6 left, which will not last me the con. So I want to make some new ones and dish them out. Told myself next time I went, I would make stickers of my art to hand out. That too. I want to make stickers to give to people. But moreover, specifically, I want to make a shirt and jacket to wear. Essentially, basically just walking advertising of advertise my channel and advertise that I am part of Zelda Dungeon. Well, let's kill this Houndour first and foremost. You should use fourth wall for merch, and you get a discount for ordering your own stuff. Well, see, here's the thing. I'm not going to make... Like, this isn't Crowbird Cannon merch that I'm making. I am not going to make merch until I'm a partner. Because I don't want to make a merch store that isn't going to sell. So until I feel confident that my community is large enough that it will actually sell and people will get and use the stuff, I don't want to go through the process of doing that. That's no dig on anybody who does it. Like, I know Neff just recently made a merch store. I assume you also have a merch store, considering you're recommending Fourth Wall. Like, if you guys do that, power be to you. And I hope that shit sells very well. But I don't have confidence that it will do much for me. That's why I like it, since it's free to make and doesn't cost me anything. I'd always just assumed that with merch stores, the cost of making and producing and whatnot would just come out of the sale values. Like, they just take a percentage cut of whatever the merch is. Yeah, I don't know. That's a Future Crow thing. But no, the business cards, the stickers, the jacket and shirt, like, that is strictly for me, for Rexy's evolving! For advertising who I am. Because I found myself people watching pretty frequently at TwitchCon, and, like, looking at people's outfits and cosplays and shit. And so having, like, a jacket where the back says, you know, Zelda Dungeon Rider, you know, Crowbird Cannon or something like that. Like that, the Zelda Dungeon part might get streamers, like Zelda streamers, to talk to me, be like, hey, I love Zelda Dungeon. And then I can connect with fellow Zelda creators. And then the Crowbird Cannon part is just like, that's my name, check out my channel. Maybe I'll have a QR code on my back, I don't know. And then the shirt is basically going to be the exact same thing, just so when I inevitably overheat at the con, I could take my jacket off and still have that info plastered on me. But also, I like being able to design things I want to buy when I'm able. Yeah. Well, don't get me wrong. Like, whenever I get a merch store, I will absolutely be getting my own merch. I'm not going to sell something that I myself would not want. It's the same reason why, like, I would not take a sponsorship from a sponsor that I don't believe in or that I would not use. That's why I don't take any of the sponsors for, or sponsorships for, like, the shitty mobile game shovelware games. Like, could I? Absolutely. I'm not gonna fucking do that. But yeah, at the very least, for TwitchCon this year, new business cards and stickers. The business cards, I'm going to stylize them to look like Yu-Gi-Oh cards. Well, okay, I'm gonna have two. I'm gonna make a, like, professional looking one that I can hand to, like, potential sponsors and businesses and such. And then I will have the more fun Yu-Gi-Oh card themed one to hand to, like, fellow streamers. I think this Quagsire does not know Earthquake. But also, I'm not going to chance it. I shouldn't have thrown out Twitch chat. That's fine. That's fine. Let's bring down the Celio first, just in case it knows Ice Beam or Aurora Beam or any other kind of ice move. That's good. But that's better. I also need to decide what art piece I want to use for specifically the Yu-Gi-Oh card. The official card, I'm just going to use a picture of me. But I think for the Yu-Gi-Oh business card, I'll probably use... I might use an art piece. I don't know. I might also just use a picture of me. We'll see. My first priority is securing TwitchCon tickets, because I'm not going to go and make all of this shit if I can't... Like, if I somehow miss being able to go there. Even though I'm pretty sure you can buy tickets at the door. I'm like 90% sure that you can gain admission at the door. It just is way more expensive. I don't know. We'll see. I'm getting anxious because I don't know when the tickets are going to be made available. Obviously, I want the money to be able to buy them. But also, I don't make as much money as I did when I worked at Kroger. Bleh. Cool. Leon. I saw my Aggron for a second, and I thought that she threw out an Aggron. I'm like, girl, how do you have an Aggron? You're level 29. You don't. I'm dumb. Cool. Can Aggron learn Rock Slide? That's the high crit rate one, right? Not on his own. Aggron actually doesn't learn any rock type moves. What the fuck? Huh. A Rock Steel doesn't learn rock moves. That's weird. And there's no TM for it. The only rock move he can learn is Rock Tomb, which sucks. Interesting. I'm gonna be honest. Aggron kind of bad. You can learn Dragon Claw. That's cool. But TMs only get one use in this turn. Or in this gen. Also, it's a special attack, I'm pretty sure. No, it's... Yes, yeah. So it would not benefit him in any way. Okay. And then how do we get Dragon Claw again? in this game. TMO2. Round 7 of the Ore Coliseum. Okay. So that's post-game shit. Got it. So that's not happening. Hi, Echo. How you doing today? I'm lightly toasted, just like Leon. Though, for you, it would be a different meaning, I suppose. Leon, the lightly toasted marshmallow. Same color. Hell yeah. Blah. I'm probably gonna see after this if I can just go about honestly, I might just do it after this fight. So if I can just go about modding in rare candies instead of spending the time grinding, because honestly, realistically, I do not think that this team is going to survive City Dark Isle. There's too many, like, overlapping type weaknesses. Would you also like to explain why my subscription tab got bombarded today? I don't know. Bombarded by what? By you, dingus? In YouTube or Twitch? Because if it's, I assume by YouTube, of me going back through, because I have not for like a month and a half exported VODs to YouTube, so that's what I did. So I'm assuming that's what you mean. Okay, I feel like I might have attempted this before. No. Okay, I think I did that in Coliseum. Let's see. Pokemon XD, Gale of Darkness. Action replay codes. Alright, we're gonna test something real quick. Bear with me. Properties. AR codes. Add new code. Candies. Save. Close. Play. Yeah, just 25 fucking VODs uploaded in the span of 8 hours. I literally, last night, I went through and I just hit export to every single VOD. And I was like, there we go. One of these days I will go through and I will sort them into playlists and give them proper thumbnails. When I have the time and energy to do so. No, my next task, as far as that goes, is going to be editing and uploading the Curse of Strahd VODs that I have not done yet. Look at that! Can I take them all? Yes, I can. All right, sick. Yes, the GameCube needed some adjusting. There was some dust on the disc. Yeah, my Nintendo GameCube was having a little bit of issues, and I had to wipe off the disc and some such. Yeah. Cool. I don't like that pause. The game was not happy with that. Who knows why that number went up? A cosmic ray must have flipped a bit or something. I definitely had that all the time. It just wasn't reading correctly. That's why I had to clean the disc. Okay. Next. Okay. Not all of them are fully purified, but we're getting close. Okay. Gonna go and purify a couple of Pokemon real quick. So what I'm gonna do is off screen, because I'm not gonna make you guys sit through me candying up like 3 dozen Pokemon. But I'm gonna go through, and all of the Pokemon that I have are going to be power leveled up to 45. Just in case. Because I keep saying it, I really don't think that this team is going to survive the entire battle for Citydark Island. These Pokemon do, however, need names. Though I'm pretty sure the Raticate's name was claimed. Hold on. Yeah, this was... Somebody redeemed naming it Rattata. Like, way back at the start. I think it was Dawn. Bad tat. What do we name the Dodrio? Dodingus? I thought that just said Doingus. Honestly, I kind of like Doingus. I'm gonna go with that. Take out the second D. Doingus. Right, mate? The pig monkey that wants to throw hands. What are you? Da-da-da. You can trust him to file your taxes. Doingus or the primate? Who needs a name? Doingus. You know what? Because we were talking about it with Allie earlier. This is Moink. There's no cow in him. Maybe it can stand for man oink because it's a little man pig. Man bear pig. There's no bear in him though. He's too small. You can be... Ah, fuck. He's half man, half bear, and half pig. Yeah, that tracks. You know what? You are Paimon, because you're emergency food. I fear you're missing the reference. I know of the reference, but I don't remember where it's from. Also, what should we name the Arbok? The giant snake. Oh, it's South Park. Okay. See, I never watched South Park, so somebody quoted it to me and has probably explained it to me, but I've never seen the original thing. So that's why I didn't fully get it. But I knew of Man Bear Pig. I can name this thing Big Boss. Or like Big Boss backwards. You don't know about Al Gore from South Park? No. Hold on. Sobgib? Big Boss backwards? It's a Metal Gear reference. Because Ekans is just snake backwards, and Arbok is just cobra backwards. So, Sobgib. It's so dumb. I forgot about the spaghetti meatball. Linguini? Sure. Let's learn Mega Drain? Sure, why not? Get rid of Ingrain. Because I certainly don't want to make him unable to be switched out. Linguini. Next. And Golduck. Duck, 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 duck. It's a duck. That you would think it would be psychic type, except it's not. You know what? Duck? That's so dumb. Cool. So a bunch of Pokemon in the storage system. These are all the deads. I forgot. Hell? Question mark? Cool. Tangela is spaghetti. Is Magmar marinara? Yeah. Why not? Alright. I'm done. I'm calling it there. Because I've got some furniture that I need to move. Or not. I got some boxes that I need to move. So that I can take some pictures of a TV and entertainment stand that I can sell. Hopefully. Hopefully it won't take me a week and a half to sell these. But we'll see. Anyway. On that note, rather than raid, I'm just gonna run. So, appreciate you guys hanging out. Have a good evening, and I will see you tomorrow. For who knows what.